Managing an organization as large and complex as the FBI requires a definitive idea of where we are now and where we hope to be in 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years. That's where our strategy comes in. The FBI strategy enables bureau leaders and managers to define and pursue objectives crucial to mission success, prioritize resources to achieve those objectives, track progress along the way, address gaps when identified, and, most importantly, deliver consistent results. The FBI strategy is periodically reviewed and adapted to align with the changing threat landscape and organizational climate.
August 15, 2024. Press release. Convicted felon pleads guilty to conspiring to distribute fentanyl following his release from prison. Boston. A previously convicted felon pleaded guilty today in federal court in Boston to his involvement in a fentanyl distribution conspiracy. Ruben Depina, 24, of Rockland, pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute 400 grams and more of fentanyl, 1 count of distributing and possessing with intent to distribute fentanyl, and 3 counts of distributing and possessing with intent to distribute 40 grams and more of fentanyl. U.S. District Court Judge Julia E. Kobach scheduled sentencing for November 12, 2024. Depina was arrested and charged by criminal complaint in September 2023 and has remained in custody since. In May 2023, a law enforcement officer, who previously worked in an undercover capacity, received a call from Depina, who introduced himself as Jake. Depina told the officer that he recently got out of jail and was contacting his best customers because he was selling drugs again. Depina subsequently participated in 4 controlled sales in May and June 2023 during which he sold differing quantities of fentanyl to a confidential informant in exchange for cash. Specifically, on or about May 8, 2023, Depina sold approximately 21 grams of fentanyl to the confidential informant. On or about May 16, 2023, Depina sold at least 40 grams of fentanyl to the informant. On or about May 25, 2023, Depina sold at least 40 grams of fentanyl to the informant, and, on or about June 5, 2023, Depina sold at least 40 grams of fentanyl to the informant. On June 11, 2023, local law enforcement observed a vehicle that Depina had used to participate in some of the controlled sales with the informant speeding in East Bridgewater. The vehicle sped off after being stopped by law enforcement. While being pursued, Depina's vehicle collided with a van at an intersection. When law enforcement approached the vehicle, Depina was observed reaching towards the passenger side floor. Before complying with instructions to show his hands, Depina was immediately removed through the passenger side window and arrested. During a search of Depina's vehicle, a loaded firearm, multiple cell phones, a digital scale and a satchel containing at least 20 grams of cocaine base were recovered. On June 12, 2023, during a search of a residence and loft connected to Depina, over 400 grams of fentanyl, multiple cell phones, 4 firearms, multiple rounds of ammunition, drug paraphernalia, including digital scales and cutting agent, and paperwork in Depina's name were recovered. The charge of conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute 400 grams or more of fentanyl provides for a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years up to life in prison, at least 5 years and up to a lifetime of supervised release and a fine of up to $10 million. The charge of possession with intent to distribute 40 grams or more of fentanyl provides for a sentence of at least 5 years and up to 40 years in prison, at least 4 years of supervised release and a fine of up to $5 million. The charge of possession with intent to distribute and distribution of controlled substances, including fentanyl, provides for a sentence of up to 20 years imprisonment, at least 3 years of supervised release, and a fine of up to $1 million. Sentences are imposed by a federal district court judge based upon the U.S. sentencing guidelines and statutes which govern the determination of a sentence in a criminal case. Acting United States Attorney Joshua S. Levy and Jody Cohen. Special Agent in charge of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Boston Division made the announcement today. Valuable assistance was provided by the Plymouth County District Attorney's Office, the Massachusetts State Police, the Suffolk, Plymouth and Bristol County Sheriff's Departments, and the Boston, Brockton, Bridgewater, East Bridgewater, Rockland and Westport Police Departments. Assistant U.S. Attorney Caitlin R. O'Donnell of the Organized Crime and Gang Unit is prosecuting the case. August 15, 2024. For immediate release. U.S. Attorney's Office, District of New Jersey. Gang member admits racketeering charge. Newark, New Jersey. A member of the Rollins 60s neighborhood Crips gang admitted to his role in a racketeering conspiracy. U.S. Attorney Philip R. Selinger announced today. Kareem Green, a.k.a. Try Me, 32, pleaded guilty before U.S. District Judge Susan D. Wigenton in Newark Federal Court to a superseding indictment that charged him with racketeer-influenced and corrupt organizations, RICO, conspiracy, and a separate indictment charging him with distribution of cocaine. According to documents filed in this case and statements made in court, from 2015 through September 22, 2022, Green was a member of the Rollins 60s neighborhood Crips, a criminal enterprise responsible for acts of violence and the distribution of controlled substances in the District of New Jersey and elsewhere. On April 5, 2021, Green worked with other members of the gang to shoot a victim. On April 11, 2021, Green worked with other members of the gang to shoot another victim. On March 5, 2021, Green worked with another member of the gang to distribute cocaine. The racketeering conspiracy count is punishable by a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000, and the controlled substance offense is punishable by a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison and a fine of up to $1 million. Sentencing is scheduled for December 18, 2024. U.S. Attorney Selinger credited special agents of the Drug Enforcement Administration, under the direction of Special Agent in Charge Cheryl Ortiz, IRS Criminal Investigation, under the direction of Special Agent in Charge Jennifer L. Payavazan, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, ATF, under the direction of Acting Special Agent in Charge Ross A. Marchetti, as well as investigators of the U.S. Marshals Service, under the direction of Marshal Juan Matos. The Irvington Police Department, under the direction of Police Division Director Tracy Bowers. The Essex County Prosecutor's Office, under the direction of Acting Prosecutor Theodore N. Stevens I. The Newark Police Department, under the direction of Public Safety Director Fritz Frage. The Bloomfield Police Department, under the direction of Director of Public Safety Samuel A. DeMayo. The Essex County Sheriff's Office, under the direction of Sheriff Armando B. Fontura. The East Orange Police Department, under the direction of Chief Phyllis L. Bindi. The Elizabeth Police Department, under the direction of Police Director Earl J. Graves. The Edison Police Department, under the direction of Chief of Police Tom Bryan. The New Jersey State Police, under the direction of Colonel Patrick J. Callahan. The Union County Prosecutor's Office, under the direction of Prosecutor William A. Daniel. The Spotswood Police Department, under the direction of Chief Philip Corbis Yarrow. And the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation Fugitive and Missing Person Task Force, which includes members of the FBI, for the investigations leading to the charges in the Rollins 60s Neighborhood Crips investigation. This case is part of an Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force's, OCDETF, investigation. OCDETF identifies, disrupts, and dismantles the highest-level criminal organizations that threaten the United States using a prosecutor-led, intelligence-driven, multi-agency approach. Additional information about the OCDETF program can be found at www.justice.gov/OCDETF. The government is represented by Assistant U.S. Attorney Francesca Licori of the Special Prosecutions Division and Assistant U.S. Attorney Jake A. Nazar of the Organized Crime Gangs Unit of the Criminal Division.
Equality before the law, also known as equality under the law. Equality in the eyes of the law, legal equality, or legal egalitarianism, is the principle that all people must be equally protected by the law. The rule of law is a political ideal that all citizens and institutions within a country, state, or community are accountable to the same laws, including lawmakers and leaders. It is sometimes stated simply as no one is above the law.